You are now listening to Season 1, Episode 10 of Frat Fluent Podcast. Find us on Patreon, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Disclaimer, this podcast is not for children or younger teens due to sexual content and foul language. Listener discretion advised. Welcome to the Frat.
What's up, you guys? You listen to the Frat Fluent Podcast. I'm your boy Mo.
And I'm Shelton.
Oh, so to get things started today, for all my non-Muslims out there, we're in the first few days of Ramadan.
What is it, like day number 2?
Yeah, right now, day number 2. By the time to listen to this, it'll probably be like day, 3, 4? Yeah, 3, maybe 4.
5, something like that.
Yeah, 4, 5.
You'll be in for
4,
almost
5.
a week? Not quite.
Mm.
So, I know that people in my town, there may be 1 or 2 people who know what Ramadan is. Because when I came up here, you had to explain to me. We did a little bit of a history on some of his religion, culture, whatever you want to call it.
Which is fair when you think about it, because I was looking it up. I was curious. Like, I know this is a majority Christian country, but I was like, all right, how much of it is Muslim? How much of it is Jewish? How much of it is... I wanted to know. So approximately 2%, a little under 2%, is Muslim. I didn't know that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's less than I thought.
Yeah, and it's all...
The majority of them are Jersey, New York.
Like the middle of the country, everything is up.
Yeah, I did not know that. I was like,
So yeah, Ramadan. What is it? Just give us a rundown real quick.
Little rundown. All right. So the part that everyone focuses on is you can't eat or drink anything while the sun is up. You start when the sun's down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty. But you got this is your chance to like break all your You can't just not eat and not drink. So say you're a cigarette smoker, you can't smoke until sunset. If you like to, you're not supposed to drink or do any kind of drugs or anything like that, but you're not supposed to do that at all. Mm-hmm. Like not even sunset. You can't do that for the entire month. I mean, again, you're never supposed to, but during Ramadan, you can't do it during the month. You're not supposed to engage in like sexual activities.
So you can't beat your dick for a month?
No masturbation.
Oh, so you get to do 2 No Nut Novembers.
No Nut November.
That's a religion to some people.
It is. I always see people talking about it every year.
I haven't won yet.
No.
I'm trying to, because like...
Every year I make it further and further.
Well, every year, so the first year that you complete it, you go from a boy to a man. And the next year you complete it, man to like a legend, and then a legend to a god. I'm still a boy. I'm trying to be a god one day, man.
Yeah, that would be... That sounds like it's too hard, though.
I mean, you do it once a month. I mean, you do it a month every year. Anyways, what's 2 months?
Yeah, but it's different when it's like a Western created thing the last few years versus... Oh, wait, what is it actually? Isn't it for like prostate cancer now that I think about it? Something like that? I know it has something to do with cancer. That's why no fap. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
But then why? Because like that can cause testicular torsion or cancer. Like it's...
Not beating? Oh, I didn't... Oh, yeah, I think you're right. I think I did hear something about that.
Yeah, because a male after the age of like 15... is supposed to beat it like at least 3 times a week.
A week? Wow. I thought you were going to say a day. I was like, yeah, it makes sense.
Nah, bro.
So what happens?
No, you're just out here
setting
horny, bro.
Setting records.
This fool beats off 3 to 4 times a day.
Imagine how hard this is for me right now, dude. It's not the food. It's not the water.
There are people out there.
It's not the atmosphere.
We may have listeners that are like, those are rookie numbers.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, dude. There's definitely people who do it way more.
Like Matthew McConaughey in Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, there's some guys
jerky.
that... Yo. There's some guys where like a gust of wind would do it.
I mean, we were that kid, though.
Yeah, it's true.
Bro,
yeah. Sometimes I'm still that guy. You know?
I had this one teacher in, I think, 6th grade, like right whenever you're starting to... and she wasn't the prettiest. Like, she was the prettiest out of my teachers, but like, she was no 10 by any means. But anytime I was in that class...
But I'm curious, for the people at home too, what is she? 1 to 10? If not a 10, then she's a...
7, 6.5.
Well, it's not too
She
bad.
wasn't terrible to look at, but it was still like...
What was the bad thing that brought her down from a 10 to whatever she is?
Well, obviously she was taller than me, and her face was weird. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Her face was weird.
But how was...
You could tell she had eczema in the past because she had some patches, which isn't bad. Like, I don't find that unattractive. But she had some... She would always wear, like V-necks, so, like, you'd get a little bit of that cleavage. And as a young kid, who wind can get me riled
Oh
up.
yeah, dude, cleavage.
Seeing a little bit of cleavage,
That would do it.
I was just pressing it down. If she asked me to go over to like the board to write anything, I was doing the hunchback thing where you like curl your back up and try not to extend your diaphragm so that it'll look like it's tucked in. I don't know why we did that. It doesn't help.
Yeah, it really doesn't. I had this one. You remind me of this one. It was usually you got to come in dressed up, like semi-professional, especially when you're a teacher.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, the kid, we had uniforms, but the teacher, it was a denim day or something like that, dress down day,
Friday.
where if a teacher donates $5 or whatever it was, $10, I forgot what it was.
You can wear jeans.
Yeah, and it went to a good cause.
Too.
Yeah, I forgot. It's a common thing. I forgot what the money went to exactly, but I know that she did donate, and this is the first time any of us, when she dressed like professionally, she was still hot. That's all I'm gonna say. She was still like.
Oh yeah.
But when she dressed down, quotes around that, and she wore jeans that day. When I tell you, bro, not a single guy in class spoke. Like, we were not disrespectful at all. Like, everyone was just, again, at this time, what are we, like 13, 14 maybe?
Yeah. Now you're reminding me of a teacher. And I'm not even gonna say what grade, because the people who are
you might
grade,
get exposed. Yeah.
People in the grade know what teacher I'm talking about.
Okay, fair.
But she was bad.
Really?
Yeah, and I had her.
What was this one 1 to 10? I could tell you the other one was, I almost said her name by mistake. She's at least like 9.5.
I was about to say 9.5, if not a 10. Like she was bad for teachers.
Actually,
like,
she might even be
like,
a 10. Who am I kidding, dude?
She's not. She's not a model. She's an Arkansas model. She could probably be like the Arkansas Miss Arkansas or whatever.
Wow.
Like, she wasn't bad. She's a little old for it now, but like in her prime, she definitely could have. Anyway.
But still, though, Milfy.
Oh yeah. And she's got a kid, so she's definitely like.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. I can't think of a single guy who wasn't like, bro.
I'm really trying not to break my fast, dude. I'm trying not to say anything else.
Oh yeah, you can't.
No, I'm really trying
to curse or anything like that.
I'm trying to be as much as I'm trying to be as gentlemanly as possible.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So I'm here to respect women.
That's a first.
My middle name is Respect.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. And my second middle name is Women. So there you go.
See, mine's the same, but it's reversed. So it's Women Respect. No, but this teacher, her dress up, if she wasn't wearing jeans, she would wear like a longer shirt. They would cover like her butt, which is what they told us. Like
her tuchus.
If the girls were to wear like leggings, they had to wear a shirt that would cover their butt and their
that's
and their cooch,
okay.
Because some of them would like ride them up super high and you could see both.
You can see some clams as if you were at the beach or something. Yeah, I know what you mean, bro.
Yeah, but she would wear a really nice shirt, and it was like.
Was she coming
stylish.
with leggings?
Yeah, she would come in with leggings sometimes.
That's a game
and
changer.
like not Uggs, but like boots that are like up to your like mid calf. And she looked like really good. Like, it was just a really good outfit.
Did she have blue eyes?
I think they were green,
Oh.
like green brown. But it's still, she made them. They were brown, but she made them.
That's crazy.
Anyways, she was going to write something at the top of her board.
The shirt went up.
Shirt went up.
Oh wow.
Pants went down. Not like all the way down, but like cracked a little bit.
Yeah.
She was wearing a bright red thong, and I tell you, every guy in the class didn't talk for the rest of the day. Just staring.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah. And it's the first time at that age where you see one and you're just like, oh my god.
And we had I'm not gonna go into detail about it, but there was one year where something really fucked up happened, and it like messed up the entire school. And the people who know, they know. But for the rest of the day, like all the teachers, we were supposed to do a ton of work. We didn't do any work. They were just talking to us about this because it was one of those things.
Was it like a school shooting or a suicide? What the hell? Oh, okay, never mind.
But we only had one counselor, so we actually called people from the nearby churches and like nearby counseling things. We had so many counselors in that school, it was insane. And anybody who needed direct counseling, which there was one group of people that they were focusing on because it hit them the hardest. But then the rest of us, every class, our teachers would talk to us. They'd be like, listen, this is fucked up. Like, I know you feel like garbage. I know you feel feel bad, but you gotta understand, like this isn't what needs to happen, and it's okay to feel bad. Like you're going through the grief, you're going through shock. Like it's okay to feel this way, but you can't let it ruin your day. You can't let it ruin your life. It's a shitty thing that happened, but you're not the only person that's happened to. So don't let it get the best of you. Mm-hmm. And I mean, like, it was crazy. Just like all of that. She was one of the teachers that did that, and it was like the realest that she has ever been. The teachers, there was only like a couple teachers that actually cursed in class, and they were like on the point of retirement, and they were great teachers. So like they were like, if I get in trouble, who gives a shit? Like, I'm gone in 2 years. But this teacher, she sat down and she was like, listen, this is shitty. Like, I feel shitty, you feel shitty. And she was just sitting there and she was just honest with us the whole time. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. Okay, off the sad soapbox, talking about hot teachers.
We went from hot teachers to suicide. What other podcast can do that? Greatness. That's all I'm saying, guys. Greatness.
But, okay, so we started on Ramadan. I've got a couple more things to do about Ramadan.
You got questions about it?
Yeah, I've got a couple questions. I wanted to make a comment about yesterday.
What specifically?
Okay, so we worked together yesterday, and Ramadan started yesterday.
Oh, correct? Yeah. Well, officially, the night before is when,
gotcha.
It's already like nightfall, so you don't got to do anything. So, yeah, yesterday was the first official day.
Gotcha. Okay, so walk into work, Mo, like, if there's someone kind of attractive.
We're not going to lie to you guys, okay? There's hot chicks that always come in, and half the time when they come in,
they're dressed skimpy because they want to get.
And not only that, but they don't know what they're looking for.
Yeah.
So they're going to come up to you all the time, and it's like a damsel in distress thing they always do, and it works every time. So I'm not going to blame them. It works every time. Okay, now that we painted that picture.
Okay. Mo, during this month, it can't really look at them.
Yeah,
because,
like I'm not supposed to check them out.
It's a vice and all this other stuff, and so you're not supposed to do that. And watching him, like, have to divert his eyes, or just hearing him going, I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to do it. It is so funny. I was trying to keep it together, and I'm trying to be that good friend that, like,
the supportive friend
that's like, you can do this, you're fine, but also, like, okay, well, I'm not going to drink or eat around you because you can't drink or eat.
Oh, dude, that's perfectly fine.
And what was it? Oh, no, I'm not going to look at ass if you can't look at ass. And I'm not going to curse because then you're going to want to curse. Like, I'm trying to.
I mean, but for people at home, they're like, oh, man, this is so extreme. Again, like, the big guy knows we're human. The big guy knows we make mistakes. Yeah. I'm not expected to follow everything to a T and not make mistakes doing it.
This isn't the Old Testament.
Exactly. Yeah, it's got some give, but the point is, it's your intent. Yeah. Like, obviously, if a chick walks by and you don't think twice and you just,
it's habit.
Yeah, exactly.
That is
it really
a habit
is
for both men and women. Is
it
to
really,
check it out.
Yeah.
Because
but
it's almost like instinct to check out and make sure that they're like a good.
It's like, can I breed with this?
Yeah, like that they would reproduce well. But then once you get past that,
once the second I realize, I like look away. Or
that's whenever you have. That's when your intent comes into play. Is after that.
Give me by like week one. Like, when it's done, I'll probably have a better feel for it and get better with it,
Yeah, after week one, if a hot chick walks up to me, he'll be like, "Get away from me, Satan!
Get away, wench!" Yeah, what's another one? Starts with an S. Charlotte? No.
Scarlet? No. What?
It was like another word to say, like, floozy. Like, like a loose woman.
I mean, slut.
I mean, yeah, but I'm really trying to, like...
But that one has some harsh... That one's really harsh. Like, if you say that, you'll probably get fired.
Yeah, most likely. You know what we gotta tell people?
Is it Scarlet? Get away from me, Scarlet.
Charlotte? I think it was Charlotte.
Harlot.
Harlot. That's what it was.
Harlot.
It was Harlot. Wow, I'm something. I'm something. I was gonna. So a few weeks back, if you guys remember, I got the Moderna.
You did get the vaccine.
And Sheldon, I don't know if he told you guys, he got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. I did
get vaccinated right before they started to recall everything because of a blood clot. And I saw an interview with the I don't know if he's the national director of health, but Anthony Fauci.
Mm-hmm. And guy.
He said, there's only been 6 blood clots out of the 6.85 million like vaccines that have been distributed that's less than one in a million. I was like, yeah, by 0.85. Like,
Yeah, and
I know
even-
that's a big number when you look at how that's like 850,000 doses.
Yeah.
But it's still like, that's way closer than you said it was 3 months ago.
You know, but again, it was rushed, and it is a one-shot deal. So, you know, hopefully they'll get it sorted out and everything will be better. And, you know, look at that. There's still 2 people on the show. That means Sheldon's healthy. That means I'm healthy, and everything's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean...
Could I die today? Yeah, maybe, you know?
Well,
but,
I mean, anybody could die today.
Yeah, but
My girl
I go back for the second dose today.
You do go back for the second dose.
So that means that...
Are you off work tomorrow?
No. I'm
You're
working.
Gonna want to call out tomorrow.
I'm working the rest of I have some family that took it, and they already told me the second one's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Especially because, for those who don't know, I already had COVID twice.
Twice?
Mm-hmm. So the first time was, remember when the whole pandemic happened? It was like, what, March of 2020.
Oh, yeah, whenever they were burning bodies and burying them as fast as they could.
The witch trials.
I thought about that. It was like
You thought about the witch trials?
No.
Oh.
I thought about like the beginning of the pandemic. It was literally like crazy, bro. In Italy, when it first happened, had like their sister had died and the dead body was in his house for like 2 weeks. Because people were so behind trying to catch everything up.
I
And
mean, yeah, at that point, dude, you just gotta...
they were in panic mode.
You know, take her to the backyard or something, you know? Like, I'm not even trying to be, like, rude or anything, but, like, okay, for example, for Muslims, when you pass, you're supposed to be buried that day.
Oh, wow.
You have to be... If you die in the morning, you have to bury before the sunset, you have to be buried.
So you guys are really good at digging holes.
You know, here and there. But, yeah, dude, that's why it shocks me. I couldn't imagine having a body... Because, you know, in our view, it's like you're not even letting them cross over. You're not letting them rest. You're just keeping them there. It's like, come on, bro. Like, if I was, you know, if my time were to come, you know, bury me. Don't just leave me out there to rot. What do you know? I don't know. That's just me, though, I guess. But,
I kind of want to be made into a vinyl record. They can do that now.
A platinum record.
They can do that.
That's pretty sick. I'm not going to lie.
Like, if my music career pops off, speaking of which, wrote a song, trying to get it recorded, and it is catchy.
Okay.
Anyways, like if my music career pops off, I wouldn't mind becoming a vinyl record of like my greatest hits, and then just never being played.
It's never being played.
But yeah, bro, it's crazy what they can do.
Yeah, you know what's really, really this. You know what? This will make me want to get into a hold my cup moment.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't like. Again, we went through this before. I don't know if I talked about it here, but you know, my background, what I went to college for is science. So when I hear people,
okay.
So when I hear people, and that's what I'm gonna try to pursue in a master's degree.
What kind of science?
Well, it's like I did biology for the first 2 years, like biochemistry the first 2 years, and after that, it was just psychology. But even then, we had to learn about like one of my courses is biopsych or neuropsych, whatever, not neuroscience, whatever you want to call it. You learn about the process vaccines go through to be created.
Oh wow, that's cool.
That's why when all these people were talking about it, I was like, yeah, you're wrong. That's not true. That's completely false. It takes 3 to 5 years to make a vaccine. Mm-hmm. This one was rushed just like that. There's a lot of reasons it takes long. It's not just the testing; it's also funding. Usually, funding's a huge issue.
But we had a global funding.
Yeah, this time, yeah, but. You know, a lot of testing was skipped. Usually they test on animals for a good amount of time. Then they see what happens. They revise whatever needs to be revised. They go back. They test again. If it works out, they get human trials. Before you get human trials, it takes a couple years usually for that. That's all you guys need to know. But basically, so I'm talking to this one chick the other day, and again, it's not the same. Again, I went 4 years. I got my bachelor's in this. I know what I'm talking about. This chick reads an article, and she thinks she's a specialist. I hate people like that. I cannot stand people like that. So then she's talking to me about it, and she's like, "Oh, well, you got to understand, vaccines have been rushed before." So I stopped. I'm like, "Give me an example. I want to know when it was rushed before. Talk to me." And she's like, "Oh, with the measles." I was like, "That's absolutely not true." Mm-hmm. Because when the Europeans first came here, what did they kill off the Native Americans with? Mostly, it was biological warfare. It was their diseases that they brought.
Smallpox.
Smallpox, mumps, measles. I don't remember a single vaccine being mentioned for another like 1,000 or you know, actually, yeah, it was thousands of years after that. We just didn't have it. Mm-hmm. And she's sitting there telling me like, "Oh yeah, you know, it's been rushed." I'm like, "What?" And then with the flu, I know they're not the same thing. I'm not trying to say they're the same thing, but I'm just saying that when that happened too, there was a huge crisis, early 1900s. People forget about.
1912.
Yeah, exactly. And it took them time, but then eventually, they made the vaccine. It just took a little bit of time. They told everyone to stay home, similar to now, not to the same extent, but that was their understanding back then.
Yeah, that was back whenever they were still. If your wife or like your spouse was getting out of hand, you could frog march them up to the.
What's frog march?
I'm about to explain.
Okay.
You could frog march them up to the doctors, and they didn't know a whole lot about women. So like if your girl was acting out of pocket,
oh my God,
you could march her up to the doctors, and they would just finger blast her, and then they'd be like, "All right, your anxiety, you can stop acting out of pocket now,
But why wouldn't you just take care of that himself? Why did he take her to a doctor to do that?
I mean, I don't know.
So
they didn't have the greatest cleaning habits back then. So
yeah, dude, those gloves were probably just used to like give birth to a baby calf, and he's gonna finger your chick with it. What's the matter with this guy? I don't know. It's just not for me. I wouldn't have. I would have just sat there and talked to her. Back then, though, they probably thought that if a wife just wasn't listening, this was way back. Probably thought she was like mentally ill or something. I thought you were gonna say like lobotomy. I know that was a thing.
What?
Lobotomy?
Okay, I'm having a brain fart. You're gonna have to explain.
That's okay. So your brain is in different sections and compartments. Mm-hmm. Your frontal lobe controls your like personality, your decision making.
Oh, did they cut that shit off?
Yeah, it was a common trend back then. Like if a child was misbehaving, there was a doctor. I forget his name, but there was a doctor back then who specialized in lobotomy, and he would constantly just he was lobotomizing these kids.
That's insane.
Yeah, so parents didn't know at the time what they really did to their kids, but you essentially just made a zombie.
Oh my God.
You'd be able to follow little orders here and there. You could still kind of speak, but you're not going to be able to
have a personality
or have a life for yourself at all.
That's insane.
Yeah. You don't really need it to be alive, but you do need it to like be yourself.
Jesus.
Yeah, so that was we live and we learn. That was back then. We thought that was it started becoming like less and less popular. I want to say 60s, 70s.
Gee, I wonder why.
After a while, they were like, yeah, these people are just not responsive. I don't think this is the way.
And then they were like, let's make everybody super responsive. And they got into acid and LSD and weed all at the same time.
I don't know about
let's go from non-responsive to just like...
to vegetables.
Yeah.
Let's make ourselves vegetables so they can't do it to us. That's basically what happened.
But the music's great.
Yeah, I'm just not much of a... I think Beatles a lot. I'm not much of a Beatles guy at all.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, anyone else I'll listen to. I like that old school music, but...
Do you remember?
Because you know what my thing is? It's like all the older people now look at... I understand
that's probably copyrighted. I probably shouldn't do that.
It's okay. They're like, old news.
That's a good song.
Which one?
September.
I don't know. I don't know.
By Earth, Wind, and Fire.
I gotta listen to it then.
It's so good.
But my thing is, for older people now, they look at our music, and again, I don't like the profanity as much. Obviously they curse when they shouldn't a lot of times. The way they talk about certain things shouldn't be discussed. But then they don't talk about that as much. They just, all you kids care about is drugs. I'm like, yo, but all these guys do. No, but then here's the thing. All these guys do is weed. And they look at that like, it's like those guys were coked up. Those guys were on LSD.
Do you not remember Woodstock, my guy?
That's what I'm talking about. And it's like, you guys thought that was passion. That was just a guy who zooted out of his mind. He didn't know what he was doing. He had LSD tablets. You're talking about Jimi Hendrix, for example. Mm-hmm. He had LSD tablets in his headband that used to melt in and go in through his pores, and he would be destroyed. Nice. Like when he did the anthem, you know what I mean? The iconic national anthem that he did. He was destroyed. He probably, if he was still alive, he wouldn't remember it. But again, that's why a lot of those people created the 27 Club. Oh, yeah. Their heavy drug use, heavy alcoholism, but no one talks about it. To them, these guys were artists. These guys were the best. But it's like, why can't you do that with these guys? And my thing is, you think they would have learned because when they were growing up, their parents were bashing their artists. But then it ended up being a cycle.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's not as many crazy guitar solos.
Yeah, no, now I'm not going to lie to you. We did kind of like get away from instruments a little bit. Everyone's using computers. Yeah.
I love instruments.
No, I do too. Sometimes you just got to hear it. Like there's a lot of time. But
I just want to be able to shred.
Yeah, one of the things I'm not supposed to do right now too is kind of like listen to music during this month.
Really?
Yeah, so that's why if yesterday I wasn't playing any music. That's like one. I don't do that. I always play music. On the way here, I didn't. But that's why. That's part of it. It's because like, if you listen to music now, it's not telling you, go take care of your parents, take care of your loved ones. be a good person. It's not saying that.
No, it's telling you fuck bitches to get money.
Exactly. And it's saying pretty much like, forget everyone else. It's all about you. Don't. And that's more the reason why you're not supposed to right now. You know, not that it's completely forbidden, but you're not supposed to because of the message it's trying to convey. And the way they actually, like, all jokes aside, the way they talk about chicks in the music.
Yeah.
They are, you know, it is pretty degrading. But then, you know, if these chicks don't mind it, they don't mind it. What are you going to do?
It's got a good hook.
Yeah, no, that's basically what it's become now. If it's catchy, it's good.
Yeah.
I don't know, though.
I mean, I don't know. I'm still trying to... Whatever.
We do have a person that was worried about the world, wanted some questions answered.
Yes, we do have a frat chat, and this time it's a question.
Let's see what we got here.
Somebody wrote in. I don't think they gave us like their actual name, which is perfectly fine. They did give us something to call them. So their name is LumberJunkie.
LumberJunkie.
LumberJunkie from
What did they put the state they're from?
Yeah, they're from Arkansas.
Hey.
Okay. So their name is LumberJunkie.
I like it already.
They're from Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
They say, I need the wisdom of the frat gods.
I like how this gets started.
There's this girl at work, and she's fucking banging.
Okay.
Like, I'm talking ass fat, tits perky, and face so hot it can melt a steel beam faster than I finish in sex.
I like this detail that this guy's using.
That's pretty hot.
Sounds like she's a 12 out of 10.
I think she might be into me too, but she's so hot that my mind tells me I have no shot. Ooh, I hear you. You rhymed there. I don't think you meant to. But how do I get past that rut and just go for it?
You want to take it first, and then...
I mean...
My thing is just go talk to her, bro.
Yes, talk to her in person, because if you do it over phone, you could be like, yo, what's the worst she could say? No, and then she screenshots it. So do it in person, because she can't screenshot a conversation.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Like, if you embarrass yourself, you embarrass yourself, bro. It happens. Like, no one is...
If you go to her in person, though, like, the worst she can say is no.
Yeah, plus, like, yeah, chicks kind of respect that. Go up to them in person, and at the end of the day, you work together.
Mm-hmm.
Find some common topics to talk about. That's the easiest way to go about it.
Talk about your wood.
Yeah, maybe don't call yourself LumberJunkie in front of her, but, you know, don't tell her how you feel in the beginning. Don't do that. Just talk to her normally, see some common ground, get to that friend stage, because in my opinion, the friend zone doesn't exist. It's not real.
You should go up to her and just like go, you smell different when you're awake.
Yeah, maybe that might do the trick. Either, all right, you know, there's no in between. Either one, it'll get her to laugh and it's a good conversation starter, or two, you might be like taken away in like white jackets, or you'll be wearing an orange jumpsuit.
Comedy.
Yeah.
If you want to get a girl, you gotta be funny.
That is true.
I mean, you could be a 1 and be chasing a 12, and if you make her laugh, like, she's gonna think that you're at least a 7 if you make her laugh.
There
like,
you go.
That's a huge thing. It's just being funny. So if you're funny, go for it, dog. If you're not funny, get funny.
Or, you know, get ripped or something.
Yeah, and I'm sure you're not as bad as you like think you are.
You obviously got a sense of humor sending that in, my guy.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it was very funny to read this. So like, just do what you did to us to them, because I'd fuck you.
I wouldn't go that far, but I'd give you a first date.
He's like, Mo's like, you're gonna have to buy me something first. But if you do it this month with Mo, it's got to be after sunset. Just remember that.
There you go.
All right. He also says, he or she.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Says,
if you're a chick going after that, it's okay. I actually, before we get into, I saw 2 chicks. I happened to walk by a car yesterday near your block, and there was 2 chicks. I'm gonna say holding hands in the back seat. So that's okay. You know, that's okay. But what's the question? How did I forget to say that? At first, dude, I was so dumb walking by that car because they had a towel. They put a towel in the back window.
And you're just like...
No, because I was stupid, bro. I look and I'm like, yo, the front window's clear. This window, because it was night, and I was like, this window's tinted, like, all the way. You can't even see through it. So I'm looking, the windows are fogging up. So I'm like, wait, what? And the car is, like, slowly, you know, not rocking. vigorously, but it's like slowly rocking.
Yeah, because 2 girls know what they're doing.
Yeah, so and I'm no, they didn't. But I'm chill. My where I was chilling happened to be right, like the house. They were parked in front of the house where I was chilling. And
wait a minute, right over there?
Yeah, yeah.
Like where I saw you?
Yeah, where you,
Bro.
Yeah, so and literally after you walked by, we noticed all that stuff happening. So I guess they noticed all of us because they had the window cracked open. I guess they heard us like cracking jokes about it and like watching the car and stuff. So we were just like, yo, out of all the blocks, you choose a residential block where people actually sit outside to do that. Like,
yeah.
It's not even me caring
literally
that
like the next block.
Yeah, it's like
businesses.
literally, dude. Or go to the corner. There's so many open spots that night. You could have gone anywhere. No one would have seen or said. You know, we don't care over here. It's like we get it. Yeah, but that was it. What's the question?
They said, y'all are so funny. I listen to the podcast every time I fuck my sister. Ha ha ha. JK, she fucks me. ...
You know, I'm gonna say I respect the compliment. Thank you for thinking that we're funny.
Maybe don't tell that to the smoking hot chick.
Yeah, you know, you want her to think you're single, and if you do, I mean, you know, you want her to think you're kind of being, you're I can't do this. You want her to think that you're definitely talking to other chicks. You just don't want her to know that
it's your sister.
Yeah, or you have any relations to them.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah,
Do you have any hot cousins?
I don't. Most of my cousins don't even live here. I don't know most of my Arab, like, you know, Arab families are huge, and yeah, they're overseas, so it's a lot harder to see them. The ones that are here, some of them are in Florida, some are in Ohio, but I don't really get to see them often. You? I just, you know what? I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think they're technically my cousin though.
I just after reading that, I'm just.
Yeah, that was wild.
So yeah, dude, you know, over here we usually don't judge fetishes, but when it comes to incest,
I do have a hot cousin, but I thought she was hot before I knew she was my cousin, and then when I found out she was my cousin, I was like, eh.
Yeah, there was I'm not gonna get into like what they were or anything like that, but I was in middle school and there were these two of my friends actually. No one knew they were cousins.
Mm-hmm.
They end up dating.
Oh.
Or yeah, over here it's like a huge thing. You know, other places it's a lot more relaxed, but. They end up going to a family reunion, and that's when they found out that they were cousins. Yeah.
Whoa.
So then, obviously, you know, they broke up and ended. But then, you know, I just remember thinking to myself, like, wow, dude, you made out with your cousin in public? Oh, for shame. Yeah, it was like that. It was pretty, Yeah, you live and you learn. It's not like this dude, but, you know, you live and you learn.
One of my cousins married one of Jenna's cousins.
Oh, okay, that's different,
so
though.
Technically we're cousins now. But whatever.
That's pretty funny.
I think it's also one of those things where, like, she wasn't technically Jenna's cousin, so they're not like, but like it was like close family friends that basically became family. But yeah, that's how it was with the cousin that I thought was hot before I knew she was a cousin.
Fair.
Yeah, she was married into the family.
Okay.
But it was still like, oh, probably shouldn't like that. So, that was a while ago.
Yeah, last thing I'm going to say about LumberJunkie is that, dude, there's literally like billions of chicks. Just.
Not your sister.
Yeah, dude, just forget about that. Just go pursue something else. Go pursue that chick at work. Talk to her.
Really hope.
Talk to her.
I really hope it was a joke.
And I do too. And I really hope that things end up working out with this chick.
Yeah.
Shoot your shot. Shoot us a follow-up. Let us know how it goes.
Yes, please let us know.
Mm-hmm. All right.
That'd be great. All right. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure to go check out. You can submit your own story or question we have a link tree in our Instagram bio. You can click on that. It's the first link. It says submit a story. You go there, submit. You just fill out the form. Go give us a follow on Instagram. We have a page on Facebook, Twitter. TikTok.
I love that.
TikTok. Check out our YouTube if you like the YouTube. It's just the same stuff that it is here, but you can go watch. Give us some views. Yeah, just stay friendly, man. Hit us up. We want to hear from you guys. We love that you guys listen. Yeah, we'll see you. So this is the last episode of the season.
All right. So the last message we're going to send you guys for this season is don't do your sister. All right?
Please don't do your sister. Also, this means that we're going to take a break next week. We're not going to be dropping next week. But we're going to start season 2 the next week, and then we're also going to drop our first Patreon episode the same when we drop the regular episode for season 2. We're going to start our Patreon. So go check that out. To get in, the initiate is $5 a month. Then we have a frat boy level that adds a little bit more stuff. That's $10. And then
we got the frat god.
The frat god. It's either $20 or $25 a month, but it comes with everything from the other two, as well as exclusive VIP content, and I believe a direct chain to us, or there's a couple other things that are only for frat god. It's VIP exclusive content. There's a live stream. It's going to be really cool, so check out the Patreon, subscribe, become a member, become a frat member, and we will see you guys in 2 weeks. Love you.
Deuces, you guys.
Peace.